How good can USC be? Who's the best quarterback in the league? And was the Blue Jays' loss the worst choke job in history? All that more coming right up. It's the water cooler. Where else would you rather be? Good morning. Good morning and happy National Jersey Day, and welcome to the Water Cooler, your home for USC Sports Banter. I'm your host, Anthony Bettino, joined alongside Terrence Holland, Case Kausner, and Dylan Luden. Now guys, USC is back in the top 20, and this got us thinking they got a chance to make the playoffs if they win out. But if they don't, I gotta ask you guys, what's considered a good season for the Trojans?
I think it has to be 9-3 at this point. I predicted 8-4 going into the year. I had a loss in Nebraska. That, of course, didn't happen, which I'm happy about. Let me make that clear.
No, thanks you for clarifying. I thought you were rooting against them.
Well, I mean, it did take Dylan Raiola breaking his fibula for that to happen. I mean, but I think 9-3, it literally has to be the standard because they're going to lose to Oregon. They just are. Let's just be clear about that.
I don't know about that.
We can talk about that, but
We'll get to that.
They 100% are. Iowa, they need to win that. They need to win versus Northwestern. Shout out my mom, Northwestern grad, but they need to beat them. And UCLA also must win.
I think 9-3 is fair. I'm going to agree with him because no one thought USC was going to beat Illinois, Notre Dame, or Oregon. So the expectation was set before the year began. Yep. Last year, USC would have lost to Nebraska. They would have lost to Purdue. They couldn't win those Big Ten road environments. They finally got that done this year. I think it's a step in the right direction. I think they have the talent to be a CFP contender, but they're always going to be held back.
I'm going to say 9-3 as well, but I do think it's a little bit different. I think beginning of the year, I think a lot of people could have switched the Illinois game with Michigan, just considering the fact that
but
it could have been.
It's on the road, though.
It's on the road, and Lincoln Riley never wins on the road.
That is correct,
So,
but I will say 9-3 is successful considering the fact that you have the #1 recruiting class coming in next year, and that's where it really starts to take shape because if you aren't successful with that class, then Lincoln Riley is screwed for his USC.
I mean,
tenure.
they're going to win 4 games next year. I don't know if you've seen the schedule.
No,
they're going to win 4 games.
They have a tough schedule.
It's a tough schedule, but those teams are going to lose players.
They're going to win 4 games.
Okay, well,
I don't know about that.
But can we?
that.
Yeah, I want to
Can we
go
talk
back
about
to you
Oregon?
saying
They're not going to beat Oregon.
I'm
At
so,
Oregon?
well,
As
no,
much
no,
as
I'm not,
you know me, I know they want. I want them to win
I'm not
against Oregon so badly.
Listen, I never said that. I just said
You
like,
what? That's what you just
I
said.
said, I
what
said
you
they
said.
could.
You just said
I said
exactly
they
what
could.
you
I
said.
said
There's no way
I
you're
don't-
backtracking
I
on
never
this.
said that they're not going to. I said that they could. I think it's
but that's
more.
like-
I think it's more
You're
like.
sitting on the fence, bro.
Listen, I think
Pick
it's
a side.
no. Let me finish.
No
I think it's.
fence sitter Dylan Luden, actually.
I think it's more likely that they beat Oregon now than at the beginning of the year. I think Oregon's a little bit more vulnerable than they were coming into the year.
But
I
so is
do-
USC. They
so,
don't
yeah.
have a running
They're
back
also
room
still
right
a
now.
top 10
I
team.
But then again,
agree,
they
actually,
could get
'cause-
Waymo back for that game. You don't
So
know.
Oregon is not that great. I think they actually might lose this game at Iowa. That being said, USC doesn't. It's the same
Well,
as they
if they
don't
lose
win in
against
South
Iowa,
Bend.
They
then-
lose against Iowa?
Oh yeah.
If they lose against Iowa,
Dude,
then
this is a
I think
whole-
USC will win in Oregon.
Dude, this is a whole.
That's all I gotta
Iowa
say.
is a good team, and they're playing in Kinnick Stadium.
Iowa's a
I
very
don't know
solid
about that.
team.
Against
You know?
Oregon, though?
Oregon has not beaten a single team in the top 40 in FPI rankings. Oregon isn't beating good teams.
They did not look good against Indiana.
They didn't look good against Indiana. They're not looking good against
They
a lot
also
of these.
did go to
They look
overtime
bad
against
against
Penn State.
Wisconsin. That being said, USC doesn't win in Autzen Stadium. It's the same
That
as
just
they
doesn't
don't
happen.
win in South Bend. They haven't won since I want to
Matt
say it was
Barkley, I think.
2011.
Yep.
Yeah, 2011. They haven't won there since then, and I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Weather conditions aren't going to be good. I'm going to be there.
You
I've
know,
already
you guys-
heard it's raining.
You guys,
I've already
It's
heard
raining
yeah.
weeks in advance.
You know what the saying in Autzen Stadium is, right?
It never rains in Autzen Stadium.
Exactly. Like, that's like their thing. It rains, and Lincoln Riley and Jaden Mayava, and they can't play in the rain.
We know what
we
happens.
also didn't talk
We
about
know
this
what
too.
happens when USC plays in the rain.
They need a bowl win as well. If they don't win the bowl game, then it's not a successful season.
I mean, they've won a bowl game the last 2 years. What
Yeah.
does that mean? I mean, does it really
well,
matter?
to
Yes.
that, I think when Miller Moss did beat Louisville, that kind of, I think, gave momentum for the next season.
I agree.
Do,
No,
that gave it a lot
It
of
gave momentum, but then that season was disappointing.
Very.
So I don't know if it matters.
That
a
is
lot,
true,
what
but
I'm saying.
I still think, but we're not, that kind of like matters in the overall season, though. I feel like ending that
It's
season on
cool.
a high
It's like a
note.
participation trophy almost. Like you,
No,
I
it-
won the
it is,
holiday.
it
Yeah,
is.
look,
That's
I'm
the
not-
I
thing.
mean, look, Caleb Williams lost to Tulane, so.
Yeah, Alex
I mean,
Grinch
that's
lost
a,
to
but that's a
Tulane.
New Year's Six.
Alex Grinch
like,
lost to Tulane.
No. Whoever you want to blame, they still lost.
Look, well, Jaden Mayava might be out of the Heisman conversation, but a lot of quarterbacks are still in it. So let's see who has the best chance with start bench cut. And we're talking Ohio State's Julian Sayin, Indiana Fernando Mendoza, and Alabama Ty Simpson. Now, Terrence, I know you're real passionate about one of these quarterbacks, so I want you to start.
Yeah, it's Ty Simpson. I think that he is overall the best quarterback that we're seeing in college football right now. Easily the best pure passer. After Alabama really got punched in the mouth by Florida State, which was a weird loss looking back at it, they got punched in the mouth. He could have rolled over. He could have been terrible. Since then, they have 5 ranked wins going into this this upcoming game they have this weekend. They're beating good teams, and Ty Simpson is at the helm of that. You can't say the same thing about Ohio State's Julian Sayin or Fernando Mendoza at Indiana. They're not beating the best teams.
They beat Oregon on the road.
That was a fine win. That's the only win they have, though.
Texas.
That was week 1. That's at home. That's all they have.
And Texas is ranked again.
That's all they have. Alabama's beaten 5 ranked teams. No one else is beating the ranked teams like not like Julian Sayin, like Ty Simpson is.
It's also not undefeated.
Yes, like I mentioned, that Florida State loss, but he's been fantastic
He was
since
bad
then.
in that game.
He was fine. He was.
It's hard to
not good.
argue
He was
when
fine.
you're going against 2 unranked teams.
Yeah, I will. The only thing that Ty Simpson has on these guys is his touchdown to interception ratio. But other than that, both of them have
He's
been
just
way
a better passer.
No,
in
both of them
general.
have been way better.
No,
than
he's just
Ty
more
Simpson this
accurate and a
whole
better
year.
passer.
Look,
but okay.
look, I'm going to start Fernando Mendoza. I do think he's the Heisman favorite for what he's doing with that Indiana team right now. That team is a wagon. They're absolutely rolling. They've looked phenomenal, even though a lot of people didn't think they would be this good this year, considering the fact that last year was a surprise year. So I got to give it to Fernando Mendoza. Julian Sayin, I don't know if I would have said that maybe like a couple weeks ago, but I think he's really risen to that top. Him and Fernando Mendoza have.
I'm gonna wait to make
You
my
said he's
point.
risen to the top, but you're not starting him?
Yeah, I'm
Correct,
waiting
because
to make my point.
Mendoza, I was going to say Mendoza and Sayin have very similar stats, but what Mendoza is doing is more impressive to me than what Sayin is doing with a loaded Ohio State team.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm
And
gonna
then I'm
wait to
cutting
make my
Simpson.
point on
I'm
Julian
cutting
Sayin.
Simpson.
I mean, I'm starting Sayin. He has an 80% completion rate. I know, like you said, he's got great weapons, but it's what you do with those weapons as a redshirt freshman that impresses me. Having Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate doesn't speak to his accuracy. He is the most accurate passer in the country. He's elite. I do like Ty Simpson. That's why I have him benched. I do think he's probably one of the best pure passers, if not the best in the country.
Thank
He
you.
also
I
has
appreciate that.
He has marquee wins. He beat Georgia
We don't
in
agree
Athens.
a lot, so I mean.
Fernando Mendoza's a tough one because Indiana's schedule has been very hit or miss. They've had a few good wins, Illinois, Oregon, but they've also had a bunch of easy games that he's really stat padded in. So I like Fernando,
But he's
but
been
I'm
taken out
cutting him.
early in those games. I don't know how you can stat pad when you're not
No,
playing.
early
well.
is
He looked
debatable.
impressive
Early
in those
against
big wins.
UCLA, like, is
Early's
that really
debatable. It was like late third,
yeah.
early fourth when they took him out.
Still, it's a whole
Still a
quarter.
whole quarter.
Stat padding.
That's still most of the game, though. Against
At that point, they're up
UCLA.
like 52 to like 6 or 3, whatever.
Because they're a good team.
All right, Terrence, I'm going to let you lead me into mine because I'm cutting Julian Sayin. I want to hear what you got to say about this.
Dude, I could throw the ball to Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate, and they would catch the ball. Anyone can thrive. Any quarterback can thrive in an Ohio State offense.
Like I've been
When you
saying
have
for
the
weeks.
receivers like Jeremiah Smith
Ryan
and Carnell Tate.
Williams?
Yeah, no. He's not even close to their
He's
level.
not.
even
Yeah,
close.
but
Ryan
he's
Williams,
still an elite
Ryan
receiver.
Williams is a one play versus Georgia merchant. That one
Yeah.
play, Ryan Williams, no one would have any
Look,
idea. If he
He's
wasn't
good.
17
He's not.
So is Jane
Jeremiah
Mayava
Smith.
not a good QB because he has Jacoby Lane and Mekhi Lemon? Like,
That is very different
See, I
from
think
Ohio
that's different.
State.
I
how is
think
it different?
I think Jeremiah
How is it
Jeremiah
different?
Smith is a generational type of wide receiver, and Carnell Tate.
So is Mekhi Lemon.
No.
Mekhi
I
Lemon's
love
good.
Mekhi.
I
He's
agree.
not
They're
generational.
not the
love
they're not the
Mekhi. It's
not
not even-
generational. He's a first-round pick this upcoming draft.
That's
That
not
doesn't make you generational.
Oh, come on. That's
But
ridiculous.
anyway,
That's
as I said,
ridiculous.
I'm starting Fernando because I think he's been a dog. I'm cutting Ty because I do think he's better than Julian Sayin. Next few years, I think Julian Sayin is Heisman go.
I agree with
And
that.
these guys are hoping to be QB1 in the league very, very soon. But let's talk who is the current QB1 in the NFL. And I feel like you guys would be really mad at my take for this one. But I'm going to be honest.
Curious.
We'll see.
I'm going to be honest. My QB1, it's Baker Mayfield.
That's not.
No, that's.
I mean,
wrong.
I would have been
I
happy
mean-
about that a couple weeks ago. I don't know about that anymore.
Look, I know
It's
he's had
just-
he's
it's
had a
just
bad 2
like
weeks.
he's a good. You know what? I'm not gonna hate as much as I think I usually would because he has been good.
You talk about good weapons. He has a loaded offense.
They're so injured. Are you kidding me? They're
Yeah,
so.
I know.
Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are missing
Yeah.
so much. It's
And Bucky
basically.
Irvin.
He's been
Bucky.
injured too, though.
It's
Like,
yeah, exactly. It's basically just Emeka Ibuka.
Okay,
and
well,
Tez Johnson. It's 2 rookies.
Yes.
I mean, you didn't really specify if it was like concurrently because he's also been injured too. So like,
What are
why
you
is he,
talking
why
about?
Is he your
What are
QB?
you talking
Why
about?
is he your QB1
I
if
think
he's been injured?
he's my QB1 because I think when he's healthy, he's been in
Okay, when the offense is healthy, he has a ton of weapons. That's my point.
No, but no, he is playing when they're not.
Yeah, he's still
He's
playing.
still been playing.
Yeah, but
still
they haven't been
playing.
injured the whole year. Whatever, go on.
Look,
wrong.
he's my QB1 because I think he's been having one of the best seasons of his career. I know he had a bad past 2 weeks, but he's been playing phenomenal. His passing is great. He throws absolute bombs, and I think one of the most important things, not going into the stats with QBs, this guy is a leader. This guy is
he's a
ride
winner.
or die
He's a
for
winner.
Bucks and his team, and he's a winner too. So
He has
this is the person I want leading my team into a championship game. I want someone with Baker Mayfield qualities and characteristics leading my team to a Super Bowl. That's why he's my QB1.
You know what guy you
And he's
really
my GOAT.
Do you know what guy you really want leading your team into a championship game?
Who do I want?
A guy who has actually won a couple championships. That's why I'm taking Patrick Mahomes. That is going to get a little bit of hate. I know that the Chiefs has
That's
lacked
fair.
a little bit.
Cherry pick.
What do you mean a chair? They're like 4-3.
Because it's Mahomes. That's like picking Steph Curry as your favorite NBA player. It's just the golden child of the league that everybody is going to pick.
Because he is the best quarterback in the league. There's no one else. If I need someone
see
who
about
go
that.
make a play, it's still Patrick Mahomes. He still has not had that much talent throughout until it was about, week 7 that Rashid Rice came back? He didn't have those receivers until then. He's still a fantastic quarterback. If I want someone to roll out of the pocket, make a play, it's Patrick Mahomes. He's showed off his legs this year like he hasn't in quite some time. He is still by far the best quarterback in the league.
They're not even going to win the division.
And if you want someone to go win you a championship, it is always going to be a Patrick Mahomes. Do you see that patch there on his jersey, Casey? What is that?
It's
That's
a
the Super Bowl patch where they beat the 49ers.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't care. Second of all,
Okay.
my quarterback.
Video evidence.
my
suggests
my
otherwise.
quarterback has won
I
a
cannot believe
Super Bowl.
we're hating on. Okay, go on. Just go on.
Let's mute your mic real quick. My quarterback has won a Super Bowl, has the leadership qualities of a true winner,
One
and that's
Super Bowl.
Matthew Stafford. Okay? He does not throw interceptions. He has good weapons, I'll give you that. But he is older than both of your quarterbacks and still playing at a high clip. He's never a guy that anyone talks about as having a bad week. Matthew Stafford is so consistent. He is QB1 in the NFL.
You know what's funny too? Because I think KC wins this one. Because I also have Matthew Stafford
serious?
as my QB1. Yes, look at his stats.
No one says Josh
He
Allen.
is 6th in the
I'm
league in
surprised by that.
passing yards, and he's not throwing the ball as much as the other guys. Him and Drake May have a very similar number of pass attempts. Matthew Stafford also leads the NFL in touchdowns to interceptions. 21 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. And he's only throwing the ball to Puka Nacua. That's all he's got. That's
More
all
like
he has.
Devon-
And Kyron
you're
Williams. That's
forgetting
it.
Devontae
Well, no, but
Adams.
his offense has also been really injured. Like Puka is
Devontae Adams.
Correct.
But okay.
Puka's been hurt a lot.
They have some
He
weapons.
has rejuvenated Devontae
Look,
Adams.
look,
Devontae
look,
Adams has not been
Dylan,
himself the
one
last
thing
couple
we can all
years.
agree on is these guys
Okay.
all have a knack
Okay.
for the big moment. But let's see if USC students can provide excitement for these big plays. On Can You Call It?
Los Angeles. Thurman sends a fly ball to center field. Varsho's going back before the catch. Strikes back. Has ended it.
Wow, obviously the pros can call those big plays like that in the World Series, Jessica.
But can the USC students do the same? This is Can You Call It?
All right, I'm here with Caleb, and he's going to be our first commentator. All right, Caleb, what you got for us?
Freeman with a drive. It's back. No way. Back-to-back years. It's gone!
For their next contestant, Scott.
Scott. My name is Scott. What's up?
Yes.
Let's go,
All right, here's your play.
Pitcher is about to throw the ball. A lot of tension in the air. I can feel it. Throws the ball. Oh my God! He hits it! Oh my God!
Why did you shirt off?
All right, this guy's getting. No, this guy's getting.
He's blacklisted.
This guy's getting hyped.
This is like a cancer.
All right, we're here with our third commentator, Ava, and Ava's going to call this swing for us.
Here he is, up to bat, loading up.
No, it's-
And he swings. Oh! It's for the long haul. It's going, it's moving. He jumps and he. Does he catch it? No. Home run! For the win!
Wow, good
Did
job,
I?
Ava.
Yeah,
That was
thank
awesome.
you, thank you. Who am I here with today?
Who's this guy?
Thank you, Bill. Oh, okay. I'm from the Bay Area, so gotta represent.
So, line drive, deep,
Center
field, back,
want
gone. Home run for Freddie Freeman to win the ball game. Walk off. Wow. Home run.
Perfect. Thank you,
I
Gil.
hate the Dodgers.
All right, we're here with our next commentator, Lorelai. Lorelai's gonna give it a go.
Okay, and here's the pitch. Oh, it's going. It's out of here. Freddie Freeman walks it off for the LA Dodgers. They win the World Series, and I was a Giants fan.
Here with Emily.
Okay, let's call this play.
Okay. He's throwing the ball, and he hits the ball, and people are on their feet, and another guy is running, and oh, it's out. It's out of the stadium. It's a home run. They're all screaming, yay! Home run! They're screaming. Everyone's erupting. Winning play? Walk-off home run? Walk-off home run.
Well, Scott, I feel like people around here definitely can call plays.
Yeah, there's a few I'd hire. Others, maybe not so much.
Probably agreeing with you on that one, but we'll catch you next time.
Now, guys, the World Series is over, and the Dodgers are back-to-back World Series champions after one of the best series we've seen in a very long time. So, I gotta ask you guys, was this the best one we've seen in our lifetime?
No, it was 2016.
No, you're
20
biased. No.
2016. What do you mean I'm biased? The Cubs.
No. Sorry. Yeah,
versus
go on. No,
Cleveland.
go on. Sorry. Yeah.
Good. Can you just not talk for a minute?
Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! Sassy
Wow.
over here.
I'll interrupt you whenever I'd like.
I'm
Thank you
tired of
very
the
much.
I'm tired of the interruptions. Look, 2016, you have the Rajai Davis home run to tie up the game in extras. You have the Cubs winning their first title in 108 years. Cleveland hadn't won it since in the 1940s. The narratives around it, there's a rain delay in Game 7. The Cubs come back from a 3-1 deficit. You can't beat that. That is, I don't care about LA,
Casey,
Toronto.
do you know
Well, you're
what's
fine. There's a lot of narratives around this one, too, though.
What are the narratives? The Dodgers winning again when they have the biggest payroll and they have the best team? Like
Game 7, the ending of Game 7,
Okay,
everything is Game
same
7.
thing with 2016.
18 innings.
Casey, do you know what's better?
there was
than,
extra innings in
do you
Game
know what's
7.
better than
There
Game-
wasn't
in
18.
2016.
Do you know what's better
What
than
is-
7 games? 8 games. That's what this World Series had. It was the equivalent to 8 games because it was 18
That was
innings.
one game. If your entire legacy of a World Series hinges on like
18
game,
innings.
what
No,
was it,
but
game
there are
5?
also other moments.
Literally, the Toronto Blue Jays were a millimeter away from winning the World Series so many
Millimeter?
times.
Are we in Canada?
No, but it was.
We were in
it
Canada.
was
No,
that
we
close.
weren't
It
Canada.
was that close.
We are not.
It was this
We are
close
not.
to them winning
this
the World
close
Series.
to them winning the
This
World
close.
Series. That's incredible. The
2016
Dodgers made
still,
just
Did you
made-
watch the 2016 World
Yes, of
Series?
course I did. The Dodgers made play after play after play that kept them in that game. It was incredible.
And I will
There
say,
were bases loaded a lot during Game 7.
Same in
yes,
2016.
I will say too. There was also this series. You know, there was also some blowouts. Game 1. Remember, the Blue Jays scored 11 runs and the Dodgers got blown out in Game 1. I also got to say, this is definitely top 3 World Series of my lifetime. But I don't know. I don't care. If this is a staying World Series. The 2017 World Series was one of the best ones I watched between the
There's
Astros.
cheating in it.
I said
Yeah,
I don't
what?
care about the stain in terms
You
of
can't
the
say
game.
I don't care about the change.
No, I don't care because in terms
That's
of the
like an invalid World
in terms of the
Series.
actual gameplay, that was one of the best World Series that I've watched in my lifetime. Think about that
If I
Dodgers
was Commissioner
Astros
of
game.
Baseball, I would
where
have
both
stripped that
teams-
Yeah,
World
the
Series from the
legacy's
Astros. What are you
been
talking
I'm
dominated,
about?
talking about the actual gameplay. I don't care about the cheating. I'm just talking
But
about the
that is
actual game.
wait. You can,
understands.
the cheating is the gameplay, though.
Yeah.
That's the entire.
It was
cheating
fantastic.
is
It
gameplay.
was a
My entire
fantastic World
lifetime, I have
Series.
never heard someone defend the Astros like
Yeah,
this
Yeah,
before.
that
This
is
is
incredible.
incredible.
I think you're the
Sacrilegious,
first person in the history of baseball to
You're not even
defend
an
the
Astros
I'm
fan.
not defending them. I'm just saying when I was watching that World Series live, I was floored.
Because the Astros were cheating.
Well, I don't
They
care.
were
at this
fully
point. It was-
stealing signs.
Like,
What
I
do you
don't
not
care.
understand
It
about
was
this?
still one of the best ones I watched.
Well, look, it's clear that the Blue Jays choked, and this was a really bad one, but it seems like we all think there are much worse ones. So let's go outside of this. Let's branch out. What do you guys think is the worst choke in the history of sports? Now, Terrence, you're the only one not on a pro level with this. So I want to see what you
I
think.
have an interesting one. It's from a team I don't even claim anymore. It's from the Oregon Ducks.
More.
Yeah, no,
You
I know.
disowned them.
Back in 2016, Oregon was up 31-0 on TCU at halftime. They end up choking away the lead. They lose it in triple overtime. Now, I mentioned I don't claim this team anymore. This was so formative to me as a young sports fan because I had witnessed Oregon off 2 national championship appearances in my lifetime. Then I watched them waste this one away. I realized that I'm going to be a fan of loser franchises my entire life. That's exactly what this one was.
Well, you are right about that.
Yeah, I am, and I still am.
Casey, what
Yeah.
do you think?
For those that don't know me, the only sports team that brings me joy is the Warriors because they actually win. But there was one year, well, there were a couple years they didn't win. But the most famous one or infamous one was
classic
2016.
Blocked by James.
2016, they choke a 3-1 lead, and they came back from a 3-1 lead in the Western Conference Finals against OKC.
True.
So that was sort of like what you could hang your hat on. But that Iguodala getting blocked at the rim, I mean, that was just
Iguodala,
ridiculous.
Curry, back to
You know, it's
Iguodala,
just
up
not.
to the lane. Oh, blocked by James.
Are you done?
Oh,
Are you done?
No,
Are you
I'm
just,
not
are you, are you
Shut up,
We're not
shut up,
finished.
my
We're
goat.
not
Shut up,
finished,
my goat.
actually.
It's just. I'm not over it. I cried. I was 11 years old. My team had only won one championship at that point, so I had a taste
You
of it.
poor thing. One championship. We've talked about this before. As a Warriors fan, you have witnessed more championships than I've witnessed
but
the
at the
Portland
time-
Trailblazers
at the
win
time-
playoff series.
Okay, so your team being bad is your entire identity. I respect it. I
is.
respect
He
it.
did
You're wearing an
Speaking
Oakland
about-
Raiders jersey.
Speaking about teams being bad and being their whole identities, I'm wearing an Angels jersey, but I'm also, my dad and I are Mets fans. And the Mets are
That sucks.
basically known, yeah, exactly. They're known as a loser franchise, but not anymore. They're gonna.
Not anymore.
They're trying to
anymore.
They're trying to surpass the Yankees. But this
Still
was the
They
moment.
didn't make the playoffs.
This was
Anyway, go on.
This was the
mega
defining
loser
moment of my
franchise.
childhood because the Mets were finally in the World Series. They absolutely crushed the Dodgers to get to this point.
Oh, if we're talking about World
And-
Series that sucked, this one sucked.
They said it sucked for this reason because it would have been much better if Matt Harvey came out of the game after the 8th inning. But Terry Collins said no, they left him in and the whole series was screwed.
Look, I'm honestly shocked you guys haven't picked, in my opinion, the most iconic choke job in history. The Patriots and Falcons. I mean, 28-3? This was
It's not our teams. That's why we did.
This was a guaranteed win for the Falcons, and then somehow they threw it away. There was, what, a quarter and a half left, and they're up by, what, 25 points?
Yeah, I remember posting on my Instagram story, bye-bye Tom Brady, have fun in retirement at halftime, and then I had to delete that.
Had to
So
leave-
it
had
was
to
your
hit that
fault,
half.
yeah.
And then they had overtime, too. They had more chances to win.
First Super Bowl to ever go to overtime.
Exactly. How can you not say that's the biggest choke job in history? I mean, baffles me. But have you ever wondered how USC takes care of its famous horse Traveler? Our crew went out to answer that question.
Hello everyone, my name is Alana Morgan.
I'm Kyle Loke.
And we are here to give you a behind the scenes tour of USC's Traveler mascot.
So let's get ready, let's go check it out.
Hi, I'm Joanne Asman, and I'm the owner-trainer of the USC Mascots Traveler. Right now we have 3 of them. This here is Traveler 10, and he's the one that runs on the field right now.
Hi, I'm Jerry Ansom, and I'm the assistant with Traveler.
Hi, I'm Linda Takiana. I'm part of Traveler's team.
And now
Alana
Traveler
has,
has a very busy game day schedule. Can you give us a little breakdown into his life and what it's like on game days?
So he'll,
There's no way
depending on
using
the
the
time
Mets
of the
on
game, he'll either get ridden the night before,
They didn't
or
make the
if it's a
playoffs.
later game, then he'll be ridden that morning.
guys
And then
saying
Rhonda
2016 was
comes
like a
and
whole thing?
bathes him. We
No,
always go to the Coliseum
no,
5 hours before the game. Once we're there,
that was
we
absurd.
kind
I'm
of
saying
get
in
the
terms of the
area
actual,
set up,
like,
and
right.
we
Dylan
take him
is
out of the
overtime.
trailer
When I was
and
just
get him
watching
all
that live,
tacked
I was
up. Then we
like
take
bored.
him
I'm like,
down
this
on
is
the
the best
field
place
and do a walkthrough and let him stretch his
2016
legs a
is so
little.
much better.
Then we do the opening. We'll come back in, go up
No,
to
like
our
this
trailer.
year was like
We're
definitely in my
outside of
top
gate
3,
8
maybe even number
before
2,
every
but
game,
2016,
and
like,
we
they're
welcome
so
everybody to come see him.
That's really amazing. How long have you been the owner of Traveler?
I took over the Traveler program in 2003. Before Traveler, there were several other mascots. There was Tire Biter, who was a dog who the school adopted, and the reason his name is Tire Biter is because he chased cars, and that was his demise. So he had to stop being the mascot, unfortunately.
So now we are here with the icon, the legend Hector. You were Tommy Trojan for 18 years. Talk a little bit more about being Tommy Trojan. Now we saw the costume. It's heavy. I didn't realize how heavy it was.
Well, that's that's one thing that people don't understand, how heavy. Like you just checked it out, the leather, under hot days, the heat, all that had to go through. But besides that, it was a great privilege. Got to know tons of good people, especially the kids. But yeah, it was a big honor.
It's definitely crazy. Just seeing you in person. I used to see you when I would go to football games when I was younger.
And what's your craziest game day story being Tommy Trojan?
Just in general, one time when we went to the Rose Bowl to play UCLA, and they weren't very friendly because I also wear, as you know, looks like a skirt. So I got called some names, So from the top, so that was the last time we actually took the horse to the Rose Bowl.
This is really special. Now we saw it on the icon, the legend,
Tommy Trojan C is low-key been through 18 years worth of work because it has some battle scars on there. And I don't think you guys can honestly feel how heavy this helmet is. Heavy to be rolling around the Coliseum on Traveler with this, along with the rest of the, just things that go along with.
I know I couldn't do it. And I fall off. One thing, when Traveler and Tommy Trojan comes by, you guys better clap even harder because this is not just your average Party City Spirit Halloween costume. This is real deal.
One more thing before you guys go.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realize the current rider is a female. Had a female since 2019.
Need any more help? I mean, Kyle and I are here. We can.
She'll be out there next weekend.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for taking us through Travelers Game Day, Tommy Trojan, everything. Like you said, the stalls. You guys take so much good care of your horses, and I just love that you guys kind of gave us the breakdown of what it's like being a horse on game day. Thank you so much for your time and everything. You guys are all amazing. Your team is amazing. You guys take great care. So thank you so much, and we will see you guys in our next package.
Peace.
USC and Northwestern. So that's got us thinking, how smart are we, right? So let's find out where we got rejected from, guys. So personally, I think it's Dylan, Texas, Terrence, UCLA, and then Casey, you got all of them.
No, I'm Texas. I bet you're Carolina, you're UCLA, you're nothing.
That is correct.
Bang!
Wow.
I was.
You only applied to 4 schools?
Listen, as
Another bad take today.
Let me explain. I was a community college transfer. I knew where I wanted to go. I applied to 0 schools out of high school because I knew I was going to go to JUCO. I'm a JUCO product. Don't hate me for
You're
it.
a JUCO. Did you play JUCO?
No.
Then you're not a JUCO.
JUCO academic product. JUCO academic product.
Yeah, I got rejected from UCLA and Stanford. I got an interview with Stanford. That's like my participation trophy, but I did not get accepted. So.
Well, UNC is technically the only one I got rejected from. I had some weird admissions, but besides that, that's all the time we have today. For our entire cast and crew, I'm Anthony Bettino. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll come back to your home for USC Sports Banter. We'll see you then next time on the Water Cooler.